Whoa, I almost fell back.
She almost fell back. Okay, so we are back at Disneyland for another construction update. There's not going to be too much to show you guys on this trip here, but I just wanted to show you a few things that are happening around the Tiki Room and Tiki Terrace? What is it called again? I can't remember what it is. I forget, but it's a terrace thingy over there. You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe we'll get a Dole Whip?
Maybe. So right now when you come into Adventureland, they have the transition from the Jolly Holiday Cafe over there all the way over to the Enchanted Tiki Room is completely blocked off right now. Now I'm hearing some rumors that it's possible because they might be creating a companion restroom, like a family restroom type thing that used to be over by Aladdin's Oasis. They might be doing it over here. We're not 100% sure on that, but I'm worried that I don't want it to take away from the Tiki gods and the Tiki design and stuff that's going on over by the Enchanted Tiki Room. So we moved down the path just a little bit so you guys can see that the Tiki Room, the entrance is right there. It's like half of it, or almost half of it, is closed off for over there. So if they're gonna build one of those restrooms, they're probably gonna need to put a ramp in there and stuff. So hopefully they've left enough space, or they're just gonna rearrange all the decorations and stuff right there, because I don't want to see it lost. I like inside there. So as you go further into the Adventureland, you're gonna find the Tropical Hideaway wall. Now this is where Aladdin's Oasis used to be, and this is where that companion restroom used to be, but now the restroom's not there. Now it's gonna be this nice little eating area. We're not sure exactly what it's gonna be like, but you can't really see much, except for I'm gonna try to look through some of the wall cracks here and see if I can find anything. Look at Becky already taking a peek. So here you can see there's just some construction equipment, not much going on. Can't really see anything. It looks like they've torn down a lot of stuff, but not a lot changed from the week before. I see more dirt there, that's for sure. Sorry guys, that's it for the Tropical Hideaway there. There's really not much to see. They've also put up a black scrim behind the wooden fence, so we were able to find one little hole, but actually there's not a lot of areas where you can look through. Alright guys, so let's head on over to DCA and see what they've changed on Pixar Pier. So World of Color is back up out of the water again. They had brought it down and now it's back up, and they've tarped it off. So if they've tarped it off like that, that pretty much means it's going to be up out of the water for a long time, and they got the tents up there and stuff. So we're here in World of Color, probably not going to be back for a while. I'm going to guess it'll come back in November, before the holiday season. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. I can't see it going any longer than that. It's either coming back in November or back in summertime, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like November-ish. Okay, so we are at Pixar Pier and we're looking at Jesse's Critter Carousel here, and you can see they took off the roofing of King Triton's carousel. Finally, it was on there forever, so they took that off, and then also they still have the scrim around it, so you can't see much. But the big change is that they took off the roofing.
Has the water always been nasty? I don't remember it looking black, brown.
It is very brown. I'm assuming it's this color because of what they're doing with World of Color. Maybe they're doing something there, but no, it has not always been that brown. That's pretty gross brown right there.
It's like cone brown.
So we're gonna probably head on over to Bing Bong's because that's the only thing left that's under construction in the Inside Out neighborhood over here at Pixar Pier. Before we head over to Bing Bong's, I just wanted to show you guys they got a lot of scaffolding going on up there. Probably because they took the roof off, but this is just a closer shot of what's going on. So first things first, we're back here at Bing Bong's sweet stuff. You see the sign is all up and they got all this signage, but look you guys, they took down the construction walls. That means it's going to be opening up pretty soon. They just have the gates down for where you enter the store, but everything else, it's coming soon. No, seriously guys, it says coming soon. I don't know how soon, but it's coming. Also, we've made it over to the Inside Out neighborhood. Nothing has really changed over here. You just have the walls up. You can't really see anything going on the inside. So nothing really to report over here. And for some reason, this is what everybody in the park looks like because it's so hot and humid right now. Everyone just looks like this today. See? See what I'm talking about? Complete random stranger. Get out of there, Becky. So on our way to the parking structure, it looks like they're doing some more construction on the Tram Unloading and Loading area closest to downtown Disney area there. They got this whole place walled off right there. Probably just redoing the concrete and maybe some planter stuff. Not really sure, but it's not the whole thing. It's just that one stop and the other ones seems to be open. So we have made it to the top of the parking structure to give you a new view of some Star Wars Land construction. Like I said, from here on out, there's not really a lot to see, but there are some new things going on. So in the back of this rock work right there, you can see that they've added some gridding, and it looks like they'll probably have the rock work come all the way around, or at least some sort of rock work come all the way around, because you don't want to be looking at all that open garbageness from the inside of rocks. So they'll have something back there, which is nice, because you never know. Sometimes they don't cover up the backside of things, like in Cars Land, the mountains, they just put that brown thing up there. But if you come over here to the top of the building, I think they might be leaving some of it open, because you can kind of see it's open. No, maybe hopefully they'll close it up like they're going to down below. One thing I noticed right here, one of the black spires has risen, and people say those are petrified trees. You can see there's a hole all the way through it right now. Is it going to stay open like that? Is it not? I do not know, but there it is. And then all the way down over there, you can see there's another really tall one. And now you're starting to see the colors that they're going to be using for these black spires. They also, if you look over here, on top of this building here, look at, there's 4 poles going up off the building. Now, I haven't seen that before. Now I'm assuming that they're going to be putting rock work and stuff there also, maybe as to give it to some dimension, so you have closer rock work, and then you have rock work farther behind that's supposed to look bigger but really is smaller because it's farther away. But we'll see. I mean, that's kind of cool actually, that if they do that, so it gives it really some depth to the mountains. Again, we find some people taking a break outside of the Ballast Escape ride here. And then if I move over here for Ballast Cape, it is completely boarded up right now. So maybe they are done with that room. Maybe they're still just working out the technical stuff, but maybe they got all the big stuff in that they needed. Or they've temporarily boarded it up, which they open and close depending on when they're bringing stuff in and out of that room. And Becky has a new construction update for us here on the parking structure.
He's trying to pay attention to Star Wars, and I just realized these are real and all of these are fake. They're fake. Look.
So as I'm sitting here doing the construction update, she's rearranging all the fake flowers on the parking structure like it's like some dinner table setting. So I'll give you one last pan here of Star Wars Land. Not really a whole bunch to cover here. Just kind of scrolling through there, you can kind of see the different buildings and stuff, and some of the rock work. I think pretty much what we're showing you now is just the rock work being done. Just a lot of cool rock work being done.
I like that form right there that's
yes.
covering the middle.
So let's head on over to the other side of this parking structure so we can record the construction of the new parking structure. So we've made it to the other side of the parking structure here, and the first thing I want to show you is this over here. This is where the escalators for the new parking structure are going to be, and I'm assuming that's going to be kind of a gathering area, and the escalators are going to drop down from this point right here, and there'll probably be like restrooms at the bottom just like on this side. But you can see the parking structure is going to be right over here, and then you'll walk to the escalators and drop down just like they do here, just like, you know, every week I show you these escalators here, and then the escalators will be over there. But it's going to be interesting because this one's all square over here and this one's kind of rounded, so that's kind of cool that they're adding a different twist to it over there. But they're really making progress, like they're really going upwards over here, and we just started to see that just the other week, but now we're seeing a lot more detail in their work over there.
I like all the pre-made walls, or, you know, those.
So the forms for the cement. Yeah. So they put the gridding or the wrought iron or whatever it's called, wrought iron.
No, I was talking about these.
I know. They put the wrought iron up and then they use those to form the cement around the gridding and the wrought iron.
Oh, awesome.
So you can see they're already starting right here to build some sort of first level, I think, right there. It looks like it. And let's move on down and see what else we can see. So we moved down just so we can kind of see the top of this right here, which looks like it's going to be part of a walkway. Usually they have the poles right here, and the cars are on this side, and the people walkway is on the edge of the parking structure. And that's definitely going to be the edge of the parking structure right there, all the way down. So then you can see all these support poles all the way through. But something cool right now is they're already putting the groundwork right there. They already got that cement layered down there on the ground. That's the first section, because if you look everywhere else, it's just dirt. But we finally got cement work right here, which is pretty cool. And then if we go farther down, this is this looks like the on-ramp. Now I'm gonna say on-ramp now, because the off-ramp is usually in the middle of the parking structure, and this is on the side, and it has different levels. So you can see where it kind of goes up and then it flattens right there. So usually where it flattens is where it's entrance to a level, and then it goes down farther over there, and then there's another starting of a ramp way down there, you can see it, and that ramp will be above this ramp. So they layer them on top of each other to go to certain levels, because each ramp will go to 2 levels usually, I believe it is, maybe 3 levels, or is it 4? I'm trying to think. It stops, flats, it goes into a level, goes up to the next level, and sometimes it goes up, yeah, a couple levels basically. I don't know what I'm talking about here, people. But you can see they're really making a lot of progress, because they really want to get this done before Star Wars Lands opened up in 2019. And I think they can do it with the progress that they're making. It really looks like they're getting a lot done from week to week, because this wasn't even here last week, all this form work right here. This was not even here. So now that it is, and then if you scroll all the way out there, you got that driller pile driver thingy way out there again. Pretty cool. Not a lot of people out here doing work. Whenever I come on the weekdays, it doesn't seem like there's too many people. You just got 1 or 2 construction guys down and around here doing some work. You got this big truck right here, which is a cement pourer. This one will basically, the cement truck will come in, this will attach to it, and this is how they get the cement to the higher locations and the hard to reach locations. The arms extend, and it dumps cement into the different forms that they have. Usually they'll use that for something like up here in these troughs right here. They'll pour the cement in there because they can't get it from the cement truck without one of those big things right there. And then one thing I noticed which is different, which I didn't think they built it like this, but I guess they do, they have these little beams that are being bent upwards, which is holding, I guess that's just a giant form, because you know it's going to be concrete. It's not going to have a wood base like that. So the ramp, it's going to be concrete. So maybe that's just where they start, and then they pour the concrete and they attach it to the poles. They have some, maybe they put the ironwork on top of that, like all the wrought irons across. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the comments down below if you think that's what they do. So a lot of scaffolding right there, but interesting to see how it comes. Like here's, you can see where the bottom of the pole has cement, and then they have the form which they've poured cement into. Now they're waiting for it to harden, and then they have the wrought iron work. I don't know what you call that stuff, but that's going to be where they'll take the form and they'll move it up once the cement dries in the form down below, and then they'll move it up, and they'll just keep going until they get all the way to the top. Well, that's it for me today, guys, with our construction update. Sorry there wasn't too much to change, except for in the parking structure. That was a lot of stuff going on over here, but in the parks there's really not a lot of construction happening right now. If you like these construction updates, make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get notified every time we do a construction update. We do one every couple of weeks just to try to get some change going on, because like I said, not a lot of construction happening in the parks right now. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with all your friends. Remember to always have a little slice of Disney every day, and we'll catch you next time.